Hello everybody, it's Friday afternoon and I'm trying to do that thing you do before you go on holiday, which is trying to whiz through things to make sure you've got a clear desk that you can leave behind because I'm away next week. But I wanted to update you just on a couple of things, if that's okay. One of them is around staff appraisals, because we said we were going to try and do that in the first part of the year. And this is such a good opportunity just to take a moment away from the busy, and actually just reflect on how the last year's gone, but also to make sure we're super clear about going forward in the future. It's a sort of a well-being thing, actually, because if we're not clear what it is, what our job responsibilities are, or our future objectives, then it can be very stressful, can't it? So it's a chance to sit down with your line manager. And what we've sought to do this is a couple of things. One is we want to try and pick up the issue around sort of values. We've been working hard on our values in last year, so we want some great examples of how we are living out those values, and where we might want to spend more time thinking about how we do that within our workplace, and also about your well-being. How are you looking after your well-being? What are the things that would help to do that? So what we're going to do is we're going to your line manager will get in touch with you to try and set a date, and we'll give you a little sheet, because we'd really love you to have a think in advance about the sort of things that you would want to talk about. And it might be something as simple as, actually, my job description needs updating, or it might be looking at last year's objectives. How'd you get on against those? What do you think the things should be coming forward? What about your training? Etc, etc. It's all on the sheet, so we'll make sure you get a copy of that sheet to have a think. And please do take that time to do a bit of a think. I know it's incredibly busy, but I was just thinking, actually, even Jesus took space to go up the mountainside to be with his Father and take a bit of a time out from time to time. So probably good for all of us to do that. And we'll try and get all of these done by the time we get to Easter, so that we're actually starting from there really clear about what it is we want to be doing in the rest of the year. So thank you for picking up that, and hope that will go really smoothly for everybody. If you've got any problems, obviously get in touch with myself or Claire. The second thing is we've got Right Market ready for you. So Candice, we salute you for your perseverance and keeping going at getting this sorted out. Those of you who don't know about this is a really quick and simple way of getting some basic communication materials out. So if you want to do something in just a couple of minutes, which is like a postcard, so 4 on a page, or a leaflet, 2 on a page, or a certificate for some training you're doing, and you want to get something out really, really quickly. I did one just now. So I did a double-sided thing, postcard, in just literally in 5 minutes. Got a photo, put some text in, choose which logo I wanted on it, and it's ready then for me to not only to print on my home printer. So this isn't in the office, this is a home printer, but I can now get the guillotine out of the scissors and go wish wash, and I've got my postcard straight away. So postcards, double-sided leaflets, or certificates, all are ready to go. Candice is going to be sending out a video to give you a little bit of how you get into it, and we'll give you the sort of login. If you haven't got that, then go and search with her. Now, we are going to add an extra layer on, so if you need to do something more sophisticated, take a bit more time about it, then there's going to be another layer coming out very soon. But we wanted you to have access to this because we want you to give it a bit of a play and see how you can make it work for you. So look out for that. And again, we salute you, Candice, for your perseverance. It's great, isn't it? Each day there's something going on across the FaithWorks world. I just had a little note from Rachel Begbie, who's at the volunteer fair that Community Action Network Can are putting on today, and trying to bring in more people to understand what we do and to see if they can volunteer. Rachel, thank you for doing that and for getting some materials out there so that people can visually see what's going on. And oh yeah, this week I was down with the Smile team. I love going to the Smile management team meetings because we've got Rachel, Lucy, and now Donna there with the people from some of the local churches engaging in where should Smile be going. But just hearing those little stories, and it's just a reminder of those little outcomes for individuals are so important. One mum they'd really encouraged to go and do some training course. She's now got a level 2 qualification, and although that hasn't been huge inputs from the Smile team, just that encouragement to keep going to this made a massive difference in that mum's family. Another mother didn't breastfeed her first 2 children, really not really quite worried about that sort of stuff, but just talking with the other mums and building her confidence meant she's now doing that for her new child. So little outcomes like that, really significant for people. And again, we need to get good at recording those and just sort of having those as remembrances of the things that we are doing and how it's making a real difference. So thank you for all of you involved in that. Just a quick note, the second Hope into Action House has now been handed over to us in Hamworthy, and David and Joe are just working on what family to put into that, which probably may well be a refugee family, though obviously not Ukrainian, but some of the refugees who are already around in the area who need a home. But we'll see where that goes, and we'll let you know more in the coming weeks. And for those of you who are interested, the Access to Food Partnership in BCP, of which we are a founder member, it came third in a national awards ceremony this week in London. So make of that what you will. But Daisy Carr, for those of you who know, was up there to receive the prize, which is about yay big. Anyway, I just really want to pray that you have a good week next week. And I was reminded of the verse on my phone this morning. It chucked over to me that bit in Philippians where it says, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." He will guard your hearts and minds. So I pray you know that this coming week. And thank you again for all you are doing. Keep strong.